Okay. I'm almost done, Michael.
All right, no problem. And hello to everybody on the live stream. We will be getting started in just a few moments.
Okay, let me check this, make sure I did the right thing here. Oh, wow, we've got a lot of errors. All right, this will be great. Ten issues. Plenty for this. Okay. Plenty.
Okay, give me just another minute or so, guys, and we will get started. Got a lot of folks here today. That's great. Taylor, did I tell you about the multiple files?
Hi, Mike.
No.
Hi, how are you? I'm Jijesh from India.
Hi there. It's good to have you here. If you can go on mute for
Actually,
just a minute. If
can I
we'll
speak to
call,
you?
if we can have you on mute for just a little bit, and then we'll call for questions in a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Taylor, have you did I tell you about multiple files for this?
I made multiple files when I made the errors, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to have
There's 3 or 4 of them that I made
between different files or just the one.
between the 3 or 4 different files with errors plus a readme.
Okay. Good. All right. I'm going to go on mute for just a minute, and I'll be back.
I'm all set to go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 3 of Apple App Development. It's good to have folks back again this week, and we have so far 11 people that have completed our week 2 quiz, which is fantastic. This will be the last week that we just have a quiz. We're going to have a quiz and a coding assignment starting next week. So get ready for that. And I hope everybody's been enjoying all the material that we've been putting. I'm going to be putting up we'll take questions in just a minute. It's a chat. That was a hand raise. But we're going to, I'm going to be posting some materials in the class that will be some cool resources. There's a video that was really neat from another Swift developer instructor named Sean Allen. He does a Swift news segment. And I think it's really good to listen to those as he kind of talks about the new changes in Swift development and Apple app development as a whole. For example, he talks about Swift 6.2, which came out in September. He talks about it not needing to use strict concurrency, which we will be adding to the topics of this course, where you have to define what threads your functions and things run on. So that was kind of a pain in several versions of Swift, and they have made it easier where you don't, it just assumes your app runs on one thread. Again, this is pretty complex stuff. We will get to that. But the more you expose yourself to it, the easier it will get to understand as we get there. So the other thing I want to do is say hello to Taylor Arndt. Taylor will be again driving the demonstrations. Say hi, Taylor.
Hello, y'all.
And we have our wonderful Zoom host back with us to help field questions, Becky Knob. Hi, Becky.
Hello.
All right. So we went through a lot more of Xcode last week. I hope that this has been helping you to learn Xcode. This is our final week for that. But before we get going on to that, I'd like to take hands and see if people have questions.
Currently, there are no raised hands.
Michael, I
So
think you're
again, if we
muted.
have anybody that has any questions before we get going, oh, we have a hand.
You have a couple hands, actually. All right. So let's go with Chelsea.
Hi, Michael. I know what it's like to teach to a wall when no one talks to you. So thank you for doing this. Admittedly, I haven't had a lot of time to practice with Xcode, but I hope to change that. I guess my question is more of a request for a resource. I'm wondering if possibly you all at some point could put together a sort of a glossary of some of the Apple terms. Because I was taking the quizzes and I was going back and forth with the notes, and I was remembering that you were defining terms as they were coming up in Xcode. But there were a lot of places where I'm like, well, what does Apple mean by that again? So if you feel like putting that together, awesome. If not, no worries. We can just continue.
So I think, Taylor, you're creating outlines, right, that have everything that will be on the quizzes?
Yeah, so if you guys, want, in fact, I really strongly encourage, the definitions are defined in those outlines, right? They're very thorough, and all the quiz questions come from them. So we can try to put something together, but I definitely recommend reading the outlines.
Yeah, they're there. They're just kind of buried, and you have to read through the notes to figure out what they mean.
Okay.
We can talk about this later.
Yeah, we can look at a better way or different ways of structuring the data as well. You know, it would be even kind of cool to have notebook LMs for each of these lectures.
Well, I
that
was
would
thinking
be
about
cool.
that. I might be setting that up this week to have a master notebook LM for the course. So if anybody wants me to do that, I'll probably be setting that up later today or tomorrow. And so that way, because I could just embed the YouTube video, and then you can chat, and you can study by having a podcast. So you can like almost hop on a podcast with a host and talk about this stuff. Yes, you can do that in Notebook LM.
Okay. Excellent. Who's next?
All right. Next, you have Jijesh.
Hi, how are you? Mike.
We're great.
Actually, I did not get my Mac computer until right now. So, do you think whether I can patch up the class if I do some additional hard work? They are supposed to be delivered this week, but they delayed the process. So,
Okay.
do you think if I take some other time, do you think it can be patched up?
Well, we haven't started coding, so
Okay.
if you can just, it's going to be, if you want to review the material, it's 9 hours on Xcode, and a lot of the stuff is in the outline. So
Okay.
since you've been here, you've gotten a lot of exposure.
Okay.
But the more that you listen and read what the outlines that Taylor gives, and then
Okay.
review,
Okay.
a lot of
see
the
this?
stuff that we're covering here is to lay the foundation for what's going to come in the future. But like when we start working on Swift next week, we're not
Okay.
going to be covering a lot of everything that we covered here. A lot of the
Okay.
stuff is going to be coming back up as we start building full featured apps.
Okay. 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 So, do you think whether you can help me some office hours or something like that?
Yeah, I'm sure that during some of our office hours we can help you out.
And you
Okay.
could just
Thank you.
come
I
to them.
appreciate it. What?
Yeah.
What?
You can just like come to them. So anybody is welcome to just come. No appointments,
Okay.
just come and we
Because
can
the
help
major
you.
problem is this: they did not deliver my equipments until right now. So they were supposed to deliver me. Some process are happening in pending. I don't
Okay.
know what exactly is happening with them. So they
Okay.
told they are trying their level best. But in case of any emergency, I will come office hour as soon as I get the Mac.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, okay. Now I am also traveling. So do you think this session will be hosted in the YouTube? Am I right?
Yes, it's live streaming to YouTube right now, and all of these sessions are public, are available on YouTube. So if
Okay,
you
okay.
subscribe to the Techopolis channel,
Yes, I have already subscribed. It is a wonderful source of information.
thank you. But you'll be able to get all of these lectures from there.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
And you recorded like office hours, like workshops that I do.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I will also got my iPhone 17 Pro for testing purpose.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
We need to go ahead and move on to the next hand.
All right.
Okay.
And next is Raymond.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry, I forgot how to unmute for some reason. But my question is, hopefully it's simple enough, and I'm gonna review week 2 because I think that's where we covered it. With the voiceover settings and Xcode, is there a way to have it where it doesn't? I think I set mine up to where it'd read like all the spacing and everything else, and when you're navigating through like the portion where you choose your project to open and stuff, sometimes that can get like very, I guess wordy would be the answer, but it kind of gets, I don't know if there's a way to configure it separately from like within Xcode to have 2 different activities for that part, or if you can only have one total.
You can't really get that much fine grained control,
Okay, that makes sense.
unfortunately.
It's all good. Thank you.
All right. Any other hands? I think we're clear, right?
There's no other hands.
All righty. Fantastic. Okay. So today, let me pull up my agenda because that would be useful. Today we're going to talk about several topics. I may move things around a little bit. But what we're going to talk, well, I think we're going to start with this first. Taylor, you may have to adapt a little bit. One of the things that we're going to be doing a lot in the first 7 or so weeks of the course is working with Swift, but not Swift UI. That could change. Depending on how things go, we may pivot and see how things work. But we're going to start by using what are called playgrounds. These are very similar to how we use playgrounds on iPad for the most part. But a playground is basically where we can write Swift code and it has no impact on what we're working on. And so playgrounds can be, you could create them inside of a project, or they can be created outside of a project. And they're basically just a place where you can play. You can experiment. You can do whatever you want in a playground. It's wonderful. Okay. Sometimes people have said there might be, there's some that are not the most accessible with Swift Playgrounds on the Mac, but most of them are pretty useful. So here's the first thing we're going to do. So Taylor, if you want to close all of your projects before sharing.
I already did them on the welcome screen.
Okay, and then just have Xcode open.
You actually disabled me from screen sharing.
I haven't. Well, I'm going to re-enable you in just a second, but just have Xcode open, and I will set you up for screen share.
Xcode is already open on the welcome screen.
Okay. So let's do this here. I wish there was a way in Zoom where you could just have co-hosts always be able to.
That'd be nice.
There we go. You can now screen share. Let's show this off.
All right, let's do it. I'm just getting rid of this here. Okay, I had a weird window in my way I had to deal with here, so let's do it.
Zoom share toolbar window system dialog. Zoom us as new window. Zoom us as new window.
Okay, and so the speech is what it was the following or the previous weeks.
Okay.
Xcode. Xcode.
Here's my Xcode. Oh, I should have let it finish, but this
Yep.
is me. Yep.
So what we want to do is go into the file menu. So you're going to go to the menu bar and go under file.
Okay, let me do that.
Apple menu 10 items. Xcode menu 10 items. File menu 26 items.
And we're
New
going to go down to new and then bring open that menu.
New submenu 18 items window tab.
And we're going to down arrow until we hear playground.
Window dim command empty file dimmed. New file from clipboard dimmed. File from template ellipsis command N. Target ellipsis dimmed. Playground ellipsis command shift option N.
Command shift option N. That's a lot of keys.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
I don't know why they just don't say command option shift N. Which, yeah, that's a lot. So this creates a new playground. Now, this will create the new playground where you want to create one, or if you have a project open, it will create it in your new project. For this class, we will be creating them outside of a project. So let's go ahead and press enter, or whatever we're going to use.
Closing menu. Close button. Filter dialog. Template filter field. Search text field. Choose a template for your new playground :
Okay. Choose a template for your new playground, and we start on the search field. So let's go through this.
Let's see, via right.
Scroll area.
So we go to the scroll area, but let's go back to the left because I want to show you one other thing.
My apologies. Let me go left.
Template
No,
filter
you-
field, filter, search text field.
Keep going.
Platform radio group.
Aha. Platform radio group. Now, this is a very small set of platforms. So in this, you only have iOS and macOS. Okay. So let's go ahead and so what could happen is you can interact and you'd see iOS or macOS. It's already on iOS. I'm just explaining some things so we don't have to go and interact and do all the things, but it's there. Okay. So now let's go VO right arrow.
Template filter field, filter, search text field.
Keep going.
Scroll area.
And we're going to interact with the scroll area.
And scroll area. 2 items, template chooser, collection, 1 item selected. Blank, template chooser, collection, 1 item selected. Blank.
So blank, you know, you're used to screen readers saying blank when they're on nothing, but blank is actually an option here. It's a blank playground. So let's go through them.
Template chooser, collection, 1 item selected. Blank.
You'll have to interact with that.
And section, 5 items, playground, text.
So VO right.
Blank.
Okay, let's keep going.
Game.
So we could create game playgrounds. I've never actually played with that.
I don't know what that would do. Anyway,
Map.
Okay, and keep going.
Single view.
Okay, so you may be asking yourself, okay, those are the playground options we get here. What about the app playgrounds that we can make with Swift Playgrounds? Well, that is created somewhere else, and I think we saw that when we went to the new project and could pick a template. From my recollection. So that is done in a different place. This is to create just an individual file that is a playground. Okay. So let's go back over to blank and we're going to press enter on that.
Map. Game. Blank. End save. Dialog. My playground. Save as colon. Tax colon.
So this is just a standard Mac save dialog, and it says my playground dot playground. So we can save this on the desktop, or wherever you want to save it, Taylor, or however you want to do this, but just go ahead and save it, and then it'll open the playground.
I'll just call it my playground. Why not?
Tax colon. Back. Dip forward list. Change the desk. Show search text list view. New folder. Cancel. Create button.
Create.
Closing dialog. Source editor. Edit text. Currently on line 1. Insertion at beginning of text. Import hook at new line. New line. var greeting equals quotation mark hello comma playground quotation mark new line.
Okay. So it read everything in here. So we should be able to do our up and down arrow, right? To go between lines.
That is correct. So up arrow.
Beginning of text import hook at new line.
And down arrow.
New line. var greeting equals quotation mark hello comma playground quotation mark new line.
Okay. So we can start editing text right here in this playground. We have 4 lines. The 4th line is empty. Okay. This is the barest of interfaces for Xcode. We can create new tabs. We can open the inspectors. We can open all these other things. But we also have, I believe it's up open, the debug bar. So let's stop interact, or the debug area. So let's
Yep.
stop interacting here.
Oops. Ah,
Unfold.
hold on. I got into a mess. Just a second.
Out of scroll area.
There we go. I hit the wrong keys.
Let's
Okay.
VO right.
Scroll area.
So go ahead and stop interacting
Out of
again.
my playground period. Playground group.
Okay, now VO right arrow.
Debug bar group.
So let's go ahead and interact with the debug bar.
And debug bar group. 4 items stop button.
VO right.
Execute automatically button.
So that execute automatically says it's going to execute as we type or use our playground. Okay, VO right.
Line colon. Free 2 space kernel colon 1.
So think of that as the status bar. In other IDEs. And VO right one more time.
Show debug area button.
Let's go ahead and select that because it's good to see the debug area. Okay, now let's go back to the left as we did.
Line colon. Free 2 space kernel colon 1.
Again.
Execute automatically button.
Actually, it brought
Wait,
everything up. So let's VO right.
okay, I was like, I don't know if I'm going the right direction.
Line colon. 3 hide debug area button.
One more time.
Hide debug area button.
Okay, so stop interacting
Out of debug bar group.
and VO right.
Horizontal splitter.
And again,
Debug area group.
there we go. So it showed up below the controls that we were working with. You're going to find in this group, in this area, all of the output from what we work with. Okay. So when we use a print command that we're going to use in Swift, which we're going to be doing next week, this is going to show up here in this debug area. Okay. It's where we can look at the logs of what we're writing. Okay. So this is how we create a playground, and this is how we go in and we can interact with the contents of what we write. So you can practice if you learn any Swift, you can go do this and use print commands and other things if you want to get ahead, and you could use them in these playground files. Okay, so that's kind of a start to that. And with that being said, Taylor, if you want to go ahead and stop sharing and we'll take questions.
All right, let me do that.
Zoom.
quick.
Us. Zoom. Us. Zoom share toolbar window.
Okay, do we have any questions? Raise your hand.
All right, we do have a hand. We have Finton.
Hi. I noticed the playground templates that you showed. It showed the import of a UI kit. I don't remember selecting that. That must be the default. And of course, within our first coding, I think I remember it's using Swift UI. So is there a way to get Swift UI into this playground, or just a thought?
You know what? I love having a class of perceptive people. That is a great catch. I was wondering if somebody was going to ask the question.
I caught it, but I didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, so yes, it imports UIKit, which is iOS's base way of showing UI. You should be able to change that out from UIKit to Swift UI to try out Swift UI based things. Now, the thing to keep in mind with that, though, is for the next 7 weeks, we're not going to really be using Swift UI or UIKit. That's just there as a here's how you can get started. Okay. Jim.
Can you go through very quickly the steps for starting a new playground outside of a project? I missed, I think, the first couple of keystrokes or menu traversals. Can you just go through them very quickly?
Yeah, it's just going to the menu bar, go to File, and then New Playground.
Ah, okay. All right. I thought there was some Control Alt Shift
Yeah,
thing that
there's
you were.
Command Option Shift.
And
Yeah.
Okay, and
that's
that's
the keyboard
okay.
command.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And again, we will be using that a lot during the next couple of lectures. And also, one of the things that I will have you guys practice with, we will be putting code on the platform on Google Classroom. And what you'll need to do is copy that code, create the new playground on your own, and paste that in. That may be an assignment for this week coming up. So be aware. And we do that not just because, and we'll have you submit the playground file. We do that mainly so we can help people know if they are keeping up or if there's trouble or things like that. So we'll see. Assignments will come out in the next day or so. So All right. Any other hands?
No, unless Jim, do you have another question or is
I
your
think
hand
it's
just up from last time? Oh, no, there's, thought I saw another hand, but there is
Oh.
not.
Chelsea, I think.
Oh, Chelsea, yes. You're right.
Hi, I ask a lot of questions. So we have the output area, the debug area. I guess what's the difference between using that to see if your output is working and then running your code?
Great question. When we run our code with these playgrounds, we don't have an app. We don't have a graphical interface. So this is kind of the same as running things in the command line.
Oh, okay.
So the debug area is kind of like your command line, your console, your, where you get all of your, log, your prints and all those.
So run isn't even an option in the playgrounds?
Well, you heard that it said execute automatically. It's executing from the time we start typing. So
Yeah, I
even
don't know
our,
if I like that.
yeah, you could turn execute automatically off, and then there will be a option to run or stop.
Okay, thanks.
Again, we will be getting into a lot more of that when we start building basic programs next week. All right. Now, let's go ahead and turn our attention to our next item on the list, and that's going to be using the issues navigator. So before we started class, Taylor created a project with a bunch of errors. So Taylor, if you can go ahead and bring that up for us now, and screen share when you're ready, and
All right, let me bring it up real quick, and then
we'll go through that.
I will screen share real quick. Oh, here it is. All right, let me bring it up real quick. If it's ever gonna load, that's the question of the evening. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna make this full screen. Okay.
Zoom share toolbar window system dialog. Zoom us as new window.
Okay. So I'm gonna have the
Finder.
Xcode right here.
Xcode. Load source editor. Edit text. Currently on line 1.
I just want to shut the speech up that way we wouldn't start reading random source code. So this project is called Loads of Errors. And it's got loads of errors, by the way. So this is gonna be fun.
It sure does. I can see them.
Oh.
Now, today we're not actually going to fix these errors, but we just want to show how you can navigate to them. So, if you remember, in Xcode, we have the left sidebar of Xcode, which is called the navigator area. And we have, well, Xcode, they keep adding navigators to Xcode.
I know.
And currently, we have 9 navigators that we could pick from. That's a crazy number compared to what I think it used to be 5.
Yep, 5, 6, not 9.
Well, it used to be 5, then it went to 6, and then somewhere we got 9. So that's quite a bit.
It sure is.
So when we look at navigators, if you remember, the project navigator is the first, and then we have several others. Currently, the issues navigator, I believe, is the 5th. So you can get to, you have to navigate to the navigator's area, find the group, I believe, and then change navigator, or there's, I believe, keystrokes. Is there not, Taylor?
Yeah, and I think command 3 is issues, Michael. I'm not sure.
Let's try it.
Pretty sure. All right, I'm like, I do this every day. I hope I know by now.
Bookmarks.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
That just hid
Bookmark.
your.
Empty table.
Ah,
Issue
And I
navigator
don't-
table. No selection.
there it is.
There we go.
Command 5. Okay, they changed it on me.
Yep. So if you did Command 5 again, it will hide the navigators because we're currently on we're on the 5th navigator. So that's why Command 3, because you were on the 3rd navigator before, that's why it hid it and showed it and did all that. So yes, Command 5 will bring up the issues navigator, and I don't even think you need to be in the navigator's area for it to switch to that.
You do not.
Okay, so let's do a test. You can do Command 1 to go back to Project Navigator.
All right.
Project navigator table. Row 5 of 7. Data model period. Swift comma. Source control status colon. Question mark comma. Swift source selected.
Okay, so this is our project, and then we have multiple files with issues. So let's go Command 5 and jump back to that.
Issue navigator table. No selection.
Okay, so we're back in the issue navigator. We got a bunch of issues in this project, and
I did that on purpose.
And I'm let's go explore some of these. And before you do, I just want to say this is not out of the ordinary, guys. You may make one small change that doesn't work, and you may get 30 issues. You can make another small change, and it fixes all of them, or half of them, or one.
Yep.
You just don't know as you're going through this. So let's go ahead and enter this table and start going through so people can kind of hear what these sound like.
All right. And again, you can have up to 150 errors and then it won't display anymore. I found that out the other day. Anyway, it will just say load more. So let's see. Let me.
Issue navigator table. No select. Issue navigator table. Row 1 of 13. Loads of errors comma. 10 issues. Selected loads of errors comma. 10 issues. Expanded. 2 items enclosed. Expanded. 2 items enclosed.
Okay. I'm gonna view right.
Content view period. Swift comma. Error image expanded. 2 items enclosed. Level 1.
That's a file.
Property wrapper can only be applied to apostrophe var apostrophe level 2.
Okay.
Computed property must have an explicit type. Type annotation missing in pattern. Missing argument label apostrophe variable value colon. Apostrophe and call. Value of type apostrophe string apostrophe has no member apostrophe image scale apostrophe.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot of errors. Okay.
Cannot infer contextual base in reference to member apostrophe large apostrophe. Cannot infer contextual base in reference to member apostrophe tint apostrophe. Expected apostrophe comma apostrophe separator. Cannot convert value of type apostrophe text apostrophe to expected argument type apostrophe double apostrophe. Missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call.
How many of these do you want me to keep reading, Michael?
That's good. And just keep in mind that Taylor used AI to generate projects with errors, and this one we're only about halfway through the list. Okay.
But I did that on purpose, so in case, I wanted to give you a real world scenario.
Yeah, and this definitely is. Now, one of the things that you can do here is, I believe if you were to VioSpace or enter on an issue, I believe it jumps you to the point in the code. Let's try that.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Cannot convert value. Missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call.
That does not appear to
That
do
is
that.
not correct, and sometimes that crashes Xcode. So,
Interesting. I know that if you select an issue, it will.
however, you can do the let's see, what am I doing here?
Actions menu 1 item. Show alternate items.
Oh wait,
Show alternate items.
that's not gonna work. Okay.
Missing
I'd
argument.
have to stop interacting and then show menu. Or I could pull up a context menu with
Yeah, let's pull up the
filter.
context menu and see what we get.
Apple menu 10 items.
Hey,
Closing menu.
okay, if I could actually
Menu
press the
13
right
items.
keys.
Copy. Create breakpoint ellipsis dimmed. Bookmark left double quotation mark content view period. Swift right double quotation mark error. Bookmark left double quotation mark content show in Finder. Reveal in project navigator. Reveal in log dimmed. Generate fix for issue.
That uses Apple Intelligence or not?
Yeah, I want to talk about that for a second. Okay. Generate fix for issue. What that's going to use is it does not use Apple Intelligence. It tries to use ChatGPT or other AI models that you have set up with Xcode to generate a fix using Agentic AI. This is pretty new and it works half of the time. So let's keep going.
Okay.
Apply fix.
So I'm not sure what this option does here. Apply fix. I have not used that.
I haven't either. So
Okay, let's keep going.
Open a new tab.
Keep going.
Open a new window.
Okay. Keep going.
Open with external editor.
So why would this be cool? Any ideas, Taylor?
because it could open in your VS Code.
You could have it open this in Visual Studio Code and then get Copilot to work on the issue. I've actually never played with this, but that
Me
would work.
either.
That's actually a really neat way to solve issues, guys. So basically what we're saying is if you find an issue and you have no clue how to solve it, or maybe you want GitHub Copilot or another AI like ChatGPT to explain what's going on, then you could use this option here to open in another editor, which I think is really neat. Okay, and there's one other option, and
Open
that's
a
Open
submenu.
As. Let's go into that submenu and see what we have.
Open a submenu for item source code.
So you can open a source, hex, quick look, or always use, and pick another option. We don't need to worry about that one, but I wanted to let people know what was there. So that is so far how we could use the Issues Navigator. Let's go ahead and do a escape to get out of the menu here.
Closing menu. Closing menu. Missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call cell 2 items as alternate items.
So did you do a VO space or an enter on that option?
On what?
On that error originally when we did it.
I tried both, but let me try it again. Let's see. Enter. Geospace. Nothing.
Okay.
I wonder if it worked, but I have to go out of the. I don't know. It didn't bring me anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to jump you to it, so you would have to go stop interacting and go into the editor area.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Okay, I was like, do
Out of issue
it?
navigator table. Out of navigator editor area group. An editor area debug bar group content view period. And scroll area.
Okay, did we interact with the scroll area?
Yep.
Okay.
Jump bar scroll area. And
Wait,
scroll area.
hold on.
25 items. Source editor edit text. Currently on line 30. Insertion on. Text. Between characters. T and left parenthesis / new line.
So it did move you to the place. You
It's
just had
just
to
not
move your,
reading.
yeah, you just had to move your location there. Okay. You had to move VoiceOver's focus there. Now, one of the things that happens when you when you're in your source code, as you're moving through it, it should tell you what lines have errors. So let's press down arrow to get to a line that doesn't have an error.
Okay, I don't even know. Hold on a second.
You're on line 30.
It's like it's not
Cannot
reading.
source
it.
editor edit text. Currently
Wait
on
a
line.
minute.
Cannot convert value of type apostrophe text apostrophe to expected argument type apostrophe double apostrophe.
That's why.
Source editor edit text. Currently in edit text 3 indents text. Left parenthesis hello comma world exclamation mark. Right parenthesis new line.
I'm like Kevin. Hold on.
Hello comma. Hello text. Left parenthesis.
Weird. I'd
I
like.
think you pasted something, but I'm not sure what.
Out of edit
Hold
scroll
on.
area. And scroll error hyphen error image. Error image. Error image.
Let me just go back to
Oh,
my.
I see what you did. I see what you did. Go
What
back
did I
into
do?
edit text
Wait. Edit text.
where you were editing text.
Okay.
Cannot find apostrophe hello error image. Out of scroll area. Source editor edit scroll source editor edit in edit
Right
text
here?
3 indents text.
Yes. Okay. So press down arrow to move your text cursor.
I did. It's not reading anything.
Okay. Are you interacting?
Interact with the title of button.
Okay. So you're on a button. So press escape.
Okay.
Dialog variable value colon. Double question mark. List one updated item.
Press escape again. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a down arrow.
3 indents new line.
There we go. Now, we have 3 indents, new line. So go ahead and now press up arrow.
3 indents text. Left parenthesis hello comma world exclamation mark. Right parenthesis new line.
Okay. So it did not tell us that there was an error, and there is an error on that line. So here's the moral of the story. Okay. When you are interacting with the navigators and you go to the issues navigator and you pick an issue, it's going to move your focus in the software, in the editor area, to the line with the issue and bring up the possible fixes for the issue. Okay, let's do that again. So let's go ahead and I wonder if you could just do Command 5 twice and get back to the issues navigator.
Why twice?
Stop
Because the
share
first
button.
one,
Issue navigator table. Row 12 of 25. Missing argument
Because-
label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call. Selected.
if you remember, if you press it while it's already open, it will dismiss it.
Got it.
And if you press it again, it shows it back. And I was thinking, and yes, it moves your focus to the issues navigator. So you're going to have to interact with the table.
An issue navigator table. Row 12 of 25. Missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call.
There we
Select
go.
the missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call.
So that is an issue on line 30, I believe. So go ahead and do VO space. Okay. And then now let's stop interacting and move over to the editor area.
Out of issue navigator table. Out of nav editor area group. An editor at debug bar group. Content view period and content view period. Swift group. 6 items jump bar group.
So you're up at the jump bar. We need to get to the editor.
Scroll area. And scroll area.
There you go.
25 items. Source editor. Edit text. Currently on line 30. Insertion on. Text. Between characters. T and left parenthesis / new line. / 2 space content view period. Swift new line. / 2 space loads of errors new line.
So it said that you're on line
Line
30.
30.
Yep. Which is where the error exists that we're trying to fix. Now, let's do a VO right arrow and let's see what we get.
Scroll area.
Okay, so here's the trick, okay? This is a little deceiving. We were already in a scroll area. Why are we hearing another scroll area? This could totally be labeled a little bit better for accessibility purposes. But this scroll area inside of another scroll area is the area where we have the possible ways of fixing this issue, or at least listing what is wrong with this issue in this area here. So let's go ahead and start interacting with this scroll area.
And scroll area. 14 items error image.
And let's VO right.
Cannot convert value of type apostrophe text apostrophe to expected argument type apostrophe double apostrophe.
Okay, let's keep going.
Error hyphen fix it image.
Keep going.
Missing argument label apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe and call.
Let's keep going.
Apply image.
Keep going.
Insert apostrophe style colon. Apostrophe.
Okay, so it's saying to add apostrophe style apostrophe or style colon as an argument. That is not actually what we want to do, but if you VO right arrow again,
Apply button.
that would apply the fix. This is not actually how we fix this. It's a much easier way to fix this, but we're going to get to that. VO right arrow.
Error image.
Keep going.
Cannot find apostrophe hello apostrophe in scope.
Okay. And VO right.
Error image.
Again.
Cannot find apostrophe world apostrophe in scope.
Mm-hmm. You wouldn't, we sure can. Okay, VO right.
Image.
Again.
Generate fix for issues.
So this is how we can generate fixes for issues. Okay. So, and there's a generate button if you go to the right once.
Generate button.
Okay. So what we're going to do is press escape. Did that not do anything?
No.
Okay. Stop interacting here.
Out of scroll area.
Okay. And try escape again. No? Okay. Let's do a VO left.
Source editor, edit text, currently on line 30, insertion on, text, between characters, T and left parenthesis / new line, / 2.
So now let's try to arrow. Use your right arrow
Left parenthesis,
again.
left parenthesis,
I tried right, but yeah, I'm arrowing.
Yep, you're arrowing through this line. Now, go to the beginning of the text where it begins with a capital T.
Okay.
text, 3 indents,
Okay.
Move your cursor there.
3 indents, text,
Okay, there we go. So read from the letter T and read through it.
Okay. Let's
3
If
and 3
you-
indents, text, left parenthesis, hello, comma, world exclamation mark, right parenthesis, new
Okay,
line.
that's good. Now, if you know anything about programming, this is a very simple error. But Apple has made it seem so complex. The error is that what's read here is text left parentheses, hello, comma, world, exclamation mark, right parentheses. Okay? We're missing 2 characters. We
are.
have like 7 errors because we're missing 2 characters.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And they are simply a double quote and another double quote. So let's go ahead and add the opening double quote before the H and a closing one after the exclamation mark.
All right, let's
Text.
see. Here we
T
go.
E X T left H, left parenthesis,
Let's see. I think this is gonna go
Quotation
here,
mark.
hopefully.
quotation mark,
Okay.
quote, comma, world, X right, new line, new right parenthesis,
Whoa. Oh wait, hold on.
right exclamation
There we
mark,
go.
quotation mark.
There we go. Now,
Now what, Michael?
now it's still saying there's an error here, but
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know.
we should be able to do a Command B and that should go away.
Oh, I can't do a Command R.
You can, but that will run the whole program. We just want to build.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see.
Quotation mark,
Right. Let me just hold on. Let's see. What did I do?
exclamation quotation mark, right parenthesis,
All right. Let's see if I can do it.
Build.
There we go. Couldn't hit the right button.
build failed, system dialog. Source editor, edit text, currently on line 30, insertion and end of, world, / new line, / 2 space content view period.
You're not gonna read the entire file.
Okay, so I can tell you that would have fixed all the errors, but there's still one because there is code that is keeping this from working. However, and let's go back to our issues navigator and we should see there might be less errors or it added new ones. We'll see. So let's go back to our issues navigator with command 5
Issues,
again.
issue navigator, table, no selection. An issue content view period. Loads of errors, comma, 19 issues, expanded. 2 items
Whoa.
enclosed.
So how many did we have before?
I think it was like 10.
No, we had more than 10.
Did we?
Yeah, but here's the point. One of the points I'm making. We have new issues, and the reason is this, and it said no selection. Why? Because the issue that we had no longer exists. We fixed some issues. Okay. So we have looked at how to find issues, debug them, and then build your app again to see if you have more. Xcode only shows you a certain number of issues, and then it will just not show anymore until you have resolved them. Okay. So that is the issues navigator. So let's go ahead and stop screen share and let's take some questions.
Let me do that real quick. Oh, hold on. Let me get back
Zoom.
to
Us.
Zoom.
Zoom. Us.
All right. Currently there are no hands up, but there is a chat. And the person, which is Finton, thought that he had heard about signing mentioned in the last class, but didn't see
Yes.
it on the agenda. So
So
wanted more information about it.
we will talk about. Oh, go ahead. Oh, thought I heard somebody talking. We will be talking about code signing more when we start. We're going to go ahead and move that to the end of the class when we get to. We may, if we have time, we'll go into where that is under signing and capabilities. But we have a lot of content to go through. We may push that back to after we're working on Swift UI.
All right, and we do have actually a hand, and that's Raymond.
Go ahead.
Raymond, you are still muted.
Sorry, can you hear me now? I
Yes.
apologize.
No worries.
So, the question I have is, more of a visual, just out of curiosity. So we as voiceover users have to use the different navigators, like to get to see the errors and things. But does it show visually, like where the errors are in the actual document, so you don't necessarily have to go to the issues navigator? I'm sure you have to go to it anyways at some point, but like for you to know that there's an error on that line, does it show something visually versus just like what we would see with in terms of voiceover?
Well, that's a great question, and we're about to talk about that. There's another thing that we can use called the issues rotor. So the issues rotor, I will get into how that works in the next section here.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, and we have one more hand, and that is Marg iPhone.
Hello there. When you were asking what that fix it button does, that's for instance to say where you have say mismatch braces, say
Right.
for example, and it sees them and you just double tap on the fix it and it does it.
It does. The only exception is if it, like these, it was giving bad suggestions of how to fix.
Right. Well, that's the chance you run into, but
Yes, yes. So again, you just have to be careful as to the options you pick. But yes, the fix it buttons are wonderful when they give you appropriate options.
all right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and our next hand is Jim.
Hey, sorry, I blurted before raising my hand. I want to ask Raymond's question differently, and it may in fact no longer be Raymond's question, but what is the workflow if you are a visual user for going through errors? Is it still using the issue navigator, or can you do it directly in the text editor?
You can use, so what I typically do is I look at the issues navigator because you can see the issues directly in the code, but a lot of times it truncates the errors text. And so that's not very useful for me.
Sure. Especially
so-
if the fonts are bigger. It tends
Right.
to- okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
that's good to know.
I typically use the issues navigator and I will click on things and then that moves my focus there. And then visually I could click on the little image on the error and then it brings up all of the options that we were seeing there.
Gotcha. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Any other questions for this?
As of right now, I'm not seeing any other hands or chats, unless Mark, unless you have another question, or was that your hand from last time?
Okay. Looks like all hands are down. Okay. So the next thing that we'll cover is the issues rotor. This is pretty cool, and this has been around for a long time, and it's very useful for voiceover users. We don't have this in Swift Playgrounds, which kind of is, I don't think it's there. Swift Playgrounds on iPad. I didn't see it last year when we taught the class, so it would be neat to see that be added. But what happens if you don't want to have to go to the issues navigator and you want to do everything in your source code? Okay, so we can do this. We can go through our issues without having to even go to the navigator. Okay, so Taylor, if you don't mind, go ahead and share your screen again.
And I've actually never used this, so we'll see how this goes. I never got it to work for me, so we'll see if today's the day it works.
Zoom share toolbar window system dialog. Zoom. Xcode. Xcode. Loads of errors.
Okay, so what we want to do is we need to get back into a source file because we're in the project view right now.
Loads of errors. Content view period. Out of issue navigator
There we
filter. Out of
go.
editor vertical
Oops,
editor
there we
area
go.
content view period. And scroll area.
There's the source file.
Okay, let's interact with the scroll area for the source.
And scroll area. 23 items. 3 indents. New line.
Okay, now the way that we can get to the source, to the issues navigator, the issues rotor, is we can do VOU.
Okay.
Window spots menu.
That was VOU to bring up the rotor.
No items in expanded macros and current file menu. No items in marks and current file menu. No items in breakpoints and current
Let's
file
get
menu.
out
No
of
items
that.
in warnings and current file menu.
No, look. This is the rotor,
Okay.
I think.
Errors in current file menu.
Look.
There's the current file
Type
menu.
annotation missing in
Okay.
pattern.
Yes, so you are in the rotor. Okay, good. I don't know why it said window spots. That was interesting.
That, you know the reason? Because that's the first item on the rotor.
Okay, gotcha. So if you change your rotor options, you can change you can use, so VOU opens a rotor, and I'm looking at the keystrokes to do this because I don't use it much. You can move by rotor categories with
Left arrow.
left and right arrow. Is that right? While you're in the rotor, left and right arrow.
Yes, let me demonstrate. Here
Yes,
is
please.
left.
No items in methods and functions in current file menu.
Here's right.
Errors in current file menu.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, right.
No items in warnings in current file menu.
Okay, so why is that important? It's important because it does split up errors and warnings by category. Okay, so let's go back to errors.
Errors in current file menu.
So you see how it says errors in current file menu, right? So that's, and if you're on warning, it's no warnings in file. So now you can use up and down arrow to move through those.
Let's see what we got.
Type annotation missing in pattern. Property wrapper can only be applied to a var. Type missing argument label variable value and call. Cannot infer contextual base in reference to member large. Expected comma separator.
Should I keep going or is that?
So let's just find one and then do
I found one.
let's just do VO space on it.
For indents period. Foreground style. Left parenthesis period. Tint right parenthesis.
Okay. So good. Now, if there is a fix it option, it should bring up the option to fix the issue. I don't believe there is there.
Should I do a better one that has a fix it?
Yeah, let's see if there's any of them that have
Errors
a
in current
fix
file menu.
Okay, keep going.
Type annotation missing in pattern. Missing
Let's
argument
go
label variable value. And
Put
call.
2 more down.
Cannot infer contextual base in reference to member large.
Okay,
That
one
one?
more.
Expected
One
comma
more.
separator.
That one.
That one I just did, didn't I?
The one that says expected comma separator.
Got one.
For indents period. Foreground style. Left parenthesis period. Tint right parenthesis.
Okay, let's do a VO space on that.
Zoom. Us. Participants. 11. Search
Oh,
system dialog.
wow.
Voiceover settings activity participants. 11. Search text field blank. Participants. 11.
I brought up a search dialog. I guess there may not be any fix-its for that one.
Mute my audio button. Group.
No, brought up Zoom.
Zoom. Us. Zoom.
Hold
Us.
on.
Mute mic finder. Zoom. Us. Xcode. Xcode.
Xcode.
Share button. 0 indents large right parenthesis. 0 indents large right parenthesis.
Interesting.
Part of the issue is a lot of these have multiple errors, but we were able to move our focus to that issue. And if there was a fix-it option, it would have brought up the issue to work on. So let's try again. Let's go to our rotor.
Errors in current file menu.
Okay. And let's go in and up and down arrow, and let's find some more errors.
8 items. Property wrapper can only be applied to a var.
Okay, let's select that.
And we know there's 8
One
items.
indented state private let constant value equals quotation mark hello quotation mark.
Now, keep in mind that when you do that, it's going to move your focus to that location. So it not only moves your focus, but your insertion point as well. So we can fix that one. Let's do a VO right arrow and let's see what we get.
Add. State. Private. Let.
Oh,
VO right arrow.
Constant value.
Do a VO right arrow.
Okay, that's strange. Okay.
I gotta interact.
Out of edit text. Error image. Cannot convert the source editor minimum group. Error image. Cannot find apostrophe padding apostrophe in
Wait.
scope. Error source editor error cannot error type of expression is ambiguous without a type annotation.
So it's not going to offer us the fix-its there. But this is a quick way to jump to errors. So, for example, when we had that state private let constant value equals value or hello, then we could change that let to var. So go ahead and let's go ahead and do that, Taylor.
One indent / error 3 : incorrect property wrapper syntax new line.
Wait,
One indented state private let constant value equals quotation mark hello quotation mark new line.
wait, so what do you want me to change this one?
Yes, change that one from let to var.
Wait, it's already. Oh, well, you can't do that.
Yes, you can, because this is a property value. We're assigning it a value. And
Equals.
the error is property wrapper can only be applied to a var.
Oh,
And it is
duh.
set as a let.
All right.
Equals. Space. E.
I'm not thinking. Okay, so let's see.
Constant value. Let. L-E-T space. Space T-E. L-V. Constant value. A-R. var constant value.
So put a space. There we go. And that error went away.
Yay!
So again, let's find out. Let's do let's check our issues rotor. So bring up the issues rotor and let's navigate.
Oh,
Build configure
hold
source.
on. I hit the wrong.
Errors in current file menu.
There we go.
Missing argument. Computed property must have an explicit 7 items. Computed property must have an explicit type.
7 items now, and it does render in real time, I guess, the error.
Yes, it does.
All right.
So we could get rid of that one by change. It has var. That will actually fix a bunch of errors. So we have var. If you read the line, if you could read the current line,
wait, the error?
no, the actual line that the error is on. So VO space.
Okay.
One indent var body left brace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow, indeed. So let's change
Oh.
that to var body colon some view.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, so
New line E.
let's see where my error.
You went up a
Zero
line.
indent tip.
I did.
One indent var body left brace. New line left brace. Space. Y. Body colon.
I guess
Space
that's
some.
Space.
SOME.
I think. Well, I didn't know if it was
String list one
capitalized.
updated sort order list one select dialog underscore zero session website admissive dialog
Space.
V
Okay.
sum V I Vi E Vi
And then W.
W
Yep.
U.
Okay. Let's see if it went away. I'm like, I had to
So
think.
you added a capital S in some. It should be a lowercase.
Okay.
double E
I
I
couldn't
E
remember.
space E M O S S S
Mostly.
S.
Okay. That
Some.
should be good.
Okay, we have a lot less errors now. So let's go back to our issues rotor and let's see what we got.
Errors in current file menu. 6 items missing argument label variable value and call.
6 errors now.
Mm-hmm.
Value of type string has no member image scale. Expected comma separator. Cannot convert value of type text to expected argument type double.
I know this one might have fix-its.
Let's try it.
3 indents text left parenthesis
Thought.
quotation mark hello comma world exclamation mark quotation mark right parenthesis.
Maybe not. Hold on.
So we actually worked on this one manually, and I think that there's still some thing above it that's causing it to not work correctly.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess we did, but I was like, I thought I had fix-its, but
We did fix it, but there's, several other errors above that are causing the issue. Like for instance, there's stuff on the image.
either way, this is a really efficient way to navigate through errors.
Yes. So these are some ways that we can navigate errors. And again, we have other. So let's go back to our issues navigator and let's see how many errors we've knocked out.
Wait, let's see.
Issues. Issue navigator table row 2 of 19 content view period Swift reports radio issue navigation missing argument content view period loads of errors comma 16 issues expanded 2 items enclosed.
So
3 errors.
Here's the thing. Let's go through this because one of the things that this does is it lists errors in all of our files. So we know that there's errors in content view and there's also errors in data model.swift. So let's navigate down through this and find the data model.swift errors.
And then we'll go through those and see what we have. So
Content view here missing argument value cannot infer context expected apostrophe cannot convert value of type apostrophe text apostrophe to expected argument type apostrophe double apostrophe cannot find apostrophe type of expression is ambiguous with data model period expected apostrophe comma data model period
Sorry.
Swift comma error image expanded 8 items enclosed level 1.
So you hear how it's expanded. That tells you that this is another file. Okay.
Yep.
So any errors that you find below this, when Taylor does a VO space on that error, it's going to move her focus out of content view.swift and into this new file. So let's do that. Let's go to the next error.
Expected apostrophe comma apostrophe separator level 2.
And let's VO space on that.
I just did.
Out of issue navigator table. Out of map editor area group. An editor debug bar group. Data model period. And data model scroll area.
Okay. Interact with the scroll area.
In scroll area. 41 items. Source editor. Edit text. Currently on line 19. Insertion at beginning of. Email. / new line. / 2 space data model period. Swift new line.
Okay. So it does jump you to the error, and it does bring up the dialog for fix-its and all those things. Not sure why the issues rotor isn't doing that. That may be a bug in the issues rotor. But this is bringing up the scroll area for doing fix-its and those kind of things. Okay. So let's go ahead and this is the area for this file. So we can view the code here, or we can go and work on the errors one by one with the rotor, or by using the navigator. So take your pick which one you prefer. Okay.
I'm just gonna do the rotor.
Errors in current file menu. Cannot assign to value. Name is a let constant.
Oh, okay. So that might be an easy one to fix.
Yeah, you just change that to var.
To indents name equals name.
I don't think there's fix-its here, is there?
Well, again, with the issues rotor, you're not going to get them. But do a VO space and let's see.
To indents.
Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Do a VO space on there now. Okay, go back to your rotor and let's find it.
Errors in current file menu. Cannot assign to value. Name is a let constant.
Okay, VO space.
To indents name equals name.
Okay, it does not look like it is moving focus to do a VO space one more time just to see. Okay.
0 indents keyword.
Open the pop-up with. Okay, so let's try this. Go back to the issues rotor and do.
Errors in current file menu.
So find that issue.
Cannot assign to value. Name is a let constant.
Okay, let's do. Let's do VO space on that.
To indents name equals name.
Okay, now. No, that's not bringing up the fix-its. Okay. So it does not work the same way, at least currently. There might be another workaround for that, and we will put that in Classroom if we find another way. You should not be having a bunch of errors when we start this course. You will be having more of them as we go on. Swift is errors at compile time, more so than errors at runtime language. So you will find more errors happen as you're building your apps than you will while running them. At least that's by design by Apple. Okay. All right, let's take some questions.
Do you want me to stop screen sharing?
Yep.
Hold on, give me a
Zoom.
minute before I do that.
Zoom. Mute my audio button. Group.
Let's see if I can stop sharing. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So at the moment, no hands are up. There's nothing new in the chat, but I'm sure there'll be hands up shortly.
Okay. Any hands? Because I know that was quite a bit of information. Feel free to speak up now.
We've got a hand. Raymond.
Go ahead,
Hi.
Raymond.
So, quick question. With maybe it's just me. I didn't realize there were, and maybe I missed it somewhere. I'll have to look more into it. But you said there was like a content view file, and then I can't remember the name of it exactly, but the model data.
Data models. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were all different files. Does the 100 days of Switch UI explain all that? Because I can look in there if it does to save you time, but I didn't know
Okay, good question.
if we can get like a breakdown of that somewhere.
Yeah. So in a programming project, you really want to divide your app up into different files. So you want to keep your view, like what's displayed on the screen, in its own files, So content view is kind of the entry point of your UI. And then you could have other screens and things in their own files. And then you could have like data model.swift be like where you load your data for your app from. This is just an example. You could call each file x.swift, y.swift, z.swift, however you want to call them, but make it legible, make it where people can understand. There are typically 3 files when you start any app. There is content view.swift, which is kind of where you start your code. There is the app file, which is the name of your app, and then the word app.swift. It's kind of the entry point of your app. And then there is the assets file where you could put icons and other attributes to your app that are assets. And those, when you start an app, those are the main things that show up in the project. There's other files which we will be covering later, like info.plist file, and all of those will be covered as well. Okay, did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Sounds good. All right, for the next few demonstrations, Taylor, if you will open, let's open one of our projects. Okay, let's open Perspective AI.
Oh, okay. Sure. I will do that. Let's see. Let me open it up real quick. Give me a second.
Okay. This is going to be where some of the magic and fun happen, folks.
Uh-oh.
So we're now covering the last bits of Xcode that you're really going to want to know about and use. You may not use it until the end of the course, but you will get your wish on code signing and capabilities and archiving and feedback.
Yep, you will. And you might get a lot of feedback for your feedback. Who knows? Okay. All right. We've got Perspective AI open.
Okay. Now just before you share, let's go to the project tab and go to the signing and let's go to the general tab in there.
Okay, I could do that.
Before we start sharing.
Here's general.
Okay.
All right, let me share screen.
Zoom share toolbar window system dialog. Zoom as new window.
All right.
Okay.
Xcode.
Now.
Xcode general selected button.
Now. So general is, we've kind of gone over that. That's where you could pick your platforms, how you're going to build your app, the version number and the name and display name and all of those things, build number, everything. Okay. Now we're going to take a look at another tab in this, and there's a lot more tabs, but these are where we're going to get started. Taylor is she's already in that group of items where you could change between the general and other things. Where we need to go now is the signing and capabilities tab. So if you can move us to that.
Signing ampersand capabilities button.
Right here.
Signing and capabilities selected.
Okay. Great. Now this tab is, you really don't have to worry too much about it for what you're going to do, but we need to check a few things. So let's go ahead and go and navigate into it. So let's find the let's go into the, I think it's a scroll area, so let's find that.
Resource tags button. Info button. Build settings. Build phases. Build rules. Build rules button.
Oh, hold on.
Build info. Resource tag. Signing
Stop
ampersand
interacting.
capabilities selected
I
button.
forgot to interact. Step interact.
Out of project editor tab. Chooser group. Project and target list outline view. Vertical splitter.
So that's the targets, and then
Zero indents capability button. All selected button. Debug button. Release button. Scroll area. And scroll
So
area.
before
Line
you keep
items.
going,
Signing expanded disclosure group.
it said all debug and release. Keep it at all. It makes it much easier if you're just managing everything at once. But you can change signing and capabilities for debug and release. So that is something to keep in mind if you need to change these settings on an individual basis. You know, one of the things I will say as a visual user, I kind of glance over those all debug and release options, and I kind of forget they're there. But, you know, when you go through this stuff with VoiceOver, you are paying attention to everything that is there. So you kind of are told repeatedly, here's the options you have available. You're not just skimming unless you just move so fast because you know where you're going. But it's really interesting the dynamic that is. Okay, so let's keep going through here.
oh, wait a minute.
Signing the app sandbox expanded disclosure
You
group.
needed, yep. You needed to interact with that scroll area.
Signing
I
expanded
got
disclosure group.
distracted.
Signing expanded disclosure group. 9 items. Signing expanded disclosure triangle.
Okay, let's keep going.
Automatically manage signing checked checkbox.
Make sure that that stays checked. Automatically manage signing. Make sure that that's checked. Okay, let's keep going.
Xcode will create and update profiles, comma, app IDs, comma, and certificates, period.
Okay, you want that.
Of
Keep going.
course.
Team. Techopolis Online Solutions, comma, LLC, team selection, pop-up button, pop-up button.
So you can select all the teams you're part of. We won't show what those are because we have several customers. Let's keep going.
Bundle identifier.
Keep going.
Online period. Techopolis period. Perspectivity, content selected, profile selection label, edit text.
Okay, let's keep going.
iOS expanded disclosure group.
Okay, keep going.
macOS expanded disclosure group.
Oh, we want to go back up and then interact with that disclosure group.
The iOS one?
Yep.
iOS expanded disclosure group. 8 items. iOS expanded disclosure triangle.
Feel right?
Bundle identifier.
Okay, again.
Profile selection label, online period. Techopolis period. Perspectivity, edit text.
So it's using the same bundle ID as above. You could change these sometimes, but you don't want to. Keep going.
Provisioning profile.
Keep going.
Xcode managed profile selection label.
Keep going.
Profile info button.
Keep going.
Signing certificate.
Again.
Apple development : Teresa Arndt, left parenthesis LHQ
So
22V335W,
that's
right
actually a bug.
parenthesis, signing selection label.
That's a bit of a bug for Taylor's Apple ID. When she started her Apple ID, she was under a child account and was an Apple developer. So it has her mother's name on the certificates, and we can't seem to get Apple to fix it. So
They can't actually. So
yeah. So we're looking at other methods for that to be fixed, like getting her a new Apple ID for development purposes.
Yay.
Although I wonder if we were to completely remove you as a developer from everything and then remove you as a developer, I wonder if that would work. Anyway, that's something to think about for another time. But okay, let's stop interacting with this disclosure group.
Okay.
Out of iOS expanded disclosure group.
Okay, let's view right arrow.
macOS expanded disclosure group.
Again.
macOS expanded disclosure
Okay,
group.
stop interacting because we're done. This is
Out
all
of
the
signing
signing
expanded
stuff.
disclosure group.
And now view right.
App sandbox expanded disclosure group.
So now we're in the capabilities area. And these capabilities are capabilities that we can add. So let's go and try to add one. So we're going to go back up to the top.
Yeah, and there's a slight bug with this, Michael, so it's not labeled properly. So, hold on, let me show you.
Signing expanded disclosure group.
View left.
Signing expand
Oh,
out of scroll area.
stop interacting.
Release button. Debug button. All selected button. Zero indents capability button.
You hear that capability, the label, right? That's actually to add. It's not labeled properly.
Yep. So let's VO space on
Dialog.
that. There we go. And we could search for capabilities or we could go through them. There's tons and tons and tons of capabilities. But for example, let's type in push.
Okay.
I deliver capabilities. Search text field blank P-U-S-H. Push.
Okay, I guess we already have push notifications.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So let's just show what's here. So VO right, or if you have to stop interacting.
Do I gotta get, okay, let's see.
Switch to icon view selected. Toggle button.
Keep
Hide
going.
details. Collection. One item selected.
So you want to interact with that.
Location push service extension, comma, iOS, comma, macOS, comma, location services image, location push service extension.
Okay, another one.
Push to talk, comma, iOS, push to talk.
Okay, so those are two capabilities with the word push. This is how you add push notifications and others, and it adds it in your app, and it adds it on Apple's side as well. So it adds it on the server, okay? Previously, you had to do all this stuff by hand, guys.
One I like to add for my apps if I'm doing like a radio or audio app is the background audio playback.
Yep. Okay, do we have, let's take a minute. Does everybody have any questions about signing and capabilities? I will say, while you get your hands up,
I'm gonna stop sharing real quick.
okay?
Zoom, mute my audio.
All
One
right,
thing I
I'm
will-
looking for hands. No hands yet. Oh,
Okay.
here's Raymond with a hand.
Okay, give me just 1 second, Raymond. And one thing I will say about signing is, as long as you're signed in with your Apple account, Xcode makes that very easy to do, and it will sign your app for building immediately. So as long as you sign in, have a team selected in that team dialog or that team dropdown, then that's really all you need to do, and it will sign for both iOS and macOS. There are things you could change in build settings about your signing, but just kind of leave it to Xcode. It really manages all that for you, and it's nice that it does because it didn't used to. Okay, Raymond, go ahead.
Okay, two quick things. When you have the capabilities thing in the signing capabilities there, when you put in is that like where you put like all the things that your app is going to access within, like in general? Like for example, you said push notifications. I heard push to talk. Is that where you add all the things that your app's going to
Any device
do, so to
specific-
speak? Does that make sense what
Yeah.
I'm asking? Like
Yes.
on device access, I guess.
Yes, location services, push to talk, push
Sign in
notifications,
with
background
Apple,
modes, sign in with Apple, all of the things that
Apple Pay late, like Apple Pay stuff.
Okay,
Oh.
so basically like areas where you have to give permissions, for example,
correct.
kind of
Correct,
thing.
yeah.
Okay. And then is it better to create a separate Apple ID from your personal one when you're developing?
No, for Taylor, it's just a
No,
little
no,
different.
I understand that. I was just meaning in general. Like I was gonna ask you that anyways at some point, and this just came
Oh.
up for the time to ask.
So one of the things that we did do, okay, for whenever I had my account for when I did app development personally, I used my personal Apple ID. Okay. So I was paying $99 a year on my personal account, on my iCloud. Okay. Then when we registered Techopolis Online Solutions as a real company, and believe it or not, Techopolis was originally created to be a company that could build iOS apps because we wanted to allow for teams, for
Yeah.
members to work with us and be developers, because a personal account, you're paying the same amount as a business, but you can only have one person on your team. So when I registered the company and did those things, what I ended up doing was I used a new Apple account, like development@techopolis.online, to create the to create that Apple ID for the business. And then I added my personal account with the highest privileges I could give a different account.
Okay, that makes sense.
Any other questions?
All right, I'm not seeing any other hands at the moment, and I don't see any chats.
All right. So let's talk about the last few items here. And that is archiving. We're going to show how to get a build out to the App Store. Okay. So Taylor, go ahead and share your screen and let's go and we're going to talk about archiving.
So, are we gonna actually like open an App Store Connect on things?
No, all we're going to do is just show how to do it in Xcode.
All right, so let me do that real quick.
Zoom share toolbar window system dialog. Xcode. Xcode. Zero index
X.
capability button.
All right, here we
Okay.
go.
So this is incredibly easy. It's not hard to do. All Taylor's going to do is go to the menu bar and go over to product and then archive.
And there's a keyboard shortcut, but I can never remember what it is.
Apple menu. Xcode. 5 edit. View. Find. Navigate. Editor menu. Not product menu. 21. Run. Test. Dim command new. Profile command. Analyze command. Shift D. Archive.
Okay,
Closing
select
menu.
that.
Zero index capability button.
So it's going to build the app. It's currently building. Kind of a big app, so it's going to take a minute. I hope you unbroke your organizer.
Now in archives window.
Kind of.
Table. Row 2
There
of
we go.
19. Archives comma. App image.
It's
Selected.
kind of a big hot mess right now, Michael, but it's fine.
Well, it obviously working because we were able to archive. Okay, so we brought up what's called the organizer window. And we started on the left side with archives. So let's go see what this looks like. So we're in a table. Let's go to the list of builds.
The archives.
Yep.
Zero index perspective AI pop-up button. Table. Row 2 of 19. Archives comma. App image. Selected.
Keep going.
Vertical splitter.
Keep going.
Table. Row 1 of 3. Perspective AI. October 9th comma. 2025 with 8 colon. 33. 2 space PM. 1.0. Left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. Image. Selected.
Okay, so this build is selected. This is the latest. It starts at the top with the latest build, and if Taylor goes down one.
Perspective AI. October 9th comma. 2025 with 3 colon. 54. 2 space PM. 1.0. Left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. Uploaded to Apple.
And one more down.
Perspective AI. October 9th comma. 2025 with 3 colon. 45. 2 space PM. 1.0. Left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. Upload failed.
So that upload failed for whatever reason. So let's go back up to.
Perspective AI. October 9th comma. 2025 with 8 colon. 33. 2 space PM. 1.0. Left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. Image.
So 1.0 parentheses 1 is 1.0 build number 1. Now, the reason why it has build 1 is because we're not incrementing the build number in Xcode. We're letting App Store Connect do that for us. So let's go ahead and do a VO right arrow.
Filter. Search text. 3 archives. Vertical splitter.
Okay.
Scroll area.
And
Scroll
right-
area. 6 items. Distribute. Validate app. Distribute app. Default button.
So before we press this button, validate app. What that will do is it will validate the app for any issues before distributing. If you just want to do that, it will check for any known errors in the app. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the, well, actually, let's keep going down the list and see what's here.
Validate app button.
Keep going.
Archive.
Let's go. Keep going.
Table. Row 1 of 5. Version 1.0. Left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. Selected.
So let's go through the table.
Wait. Okay.
Description.
Nope. Go back up.
Table, row 1 of 5, version 1.0, left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis, selected.
Interact.
And table, row 1 of 5, version 1.0, left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis, selected, column 1 of 2, version.
Okay. Let's view right.
Column 2 of 2, 1.0, left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis.
Okay. Keep going.
Column 1 of 2, identifier.
Okay. Keep going.
Column 2 of 2, online period, Techopolis period, Perspectivity.
Keep going.
Column 1 of 2, type.
Keep going.
Column 2 of 2, iOS app archive.
So we know that what we're about to submit is for iOS. That's actually really good to know in case you're on a Mac archive. Okay.
I've
Keep
done
going.
this before.
Column 1 of 2, team.
Again.
Column 2 of 2, Techopolis Online Solutions, comma, LLC.
Okay. Again.
Column 1 of 2, architectures.
Again.
Column 2 of 2, ARM64.
Okay. That is good so you know what you're building for. Okay. So let's go ahead and stop interacting and go back
Out
up
of table.
to distribute app.
Description. Table archive. Validate app button. Distribute app default button.
Select that.
And dialog App Store Connect, but select a method for distribution, colon. Distribution step title, Perspective AI, online period. Techopolis
Okay.
period. Perspectivity, 1.0, left parenthesis 1 right parenthesis. iOS,
So
use
let's
recommended
go
settings
through
to
these,
upload app
because
to App
there's a
Store
lot of
Connect for
options
testing
here.
and release period.
So view
Test flight
right.
internal only button.
So we have App Store Connect and Test Flight Internal. I don't know the difference between these two, but I think Test Flight Internal sets it for only internal testers to test.
That's correct.
Let's go again.
Release testing button.
I have not used that one either. Again.
Enterprise button.
So that's to set it up for enterprise use. That's like ad hoc, but or like other methods for
Internal, like
internal use only, where you install a profile and the app. Okay, keep going.
Debugging button.
And that is to build for archive for debugging or distribute for debugging. And
Custom button.
I have not used custom either. So those options are things we'd have to play with another time. Okay, let's go back to App Store distribution.
Debug enter release test flight App Store Connect button.
App Store Connect, yes.
do I
Okay.
click on this?
Yep. And enter or find
grid.
the continue button.
Use recommended set distribution help button. Cancel button. Previous dimmed distribute default button. Next. Previous but cancel button. Analyzing version ellipsis.
I really hope this will work because I just did it.
And
about
it's not
5
reading,
ago.
but it is doing other things.
Yeah, it is. So I did that on purpose because it would.
Uploading. Waiting for App Store Connect spy analysis response ellipsis. Uploading. Waiting for App Store Connect spy
Okay.
analysis response
I'm
ellipsis.
always worried it's gonna fail. That's why I'm just trying to check it.
Okay,
App
we
upload
opened up.
complete image. Perspective AI 1.0 left parenthesis 57 right parenthesis uploaded.
See, we're on build 57 and we have build 1. See, it auto increments. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is how to archive and distribute your app. It's very simple once you have things set up. And if you don't have an app made, Xcode will do it for you. It'll ask you the name and all those things you want to be done in App Store Connect. You get a lot of stuff done for free in Xcode that you don't get in Android Studio or other app development IDEs. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the organizer tab and let's kind of show us around the feedback area and
I will
hopefully we don't crash the crash Xcode.
I will try to. This is literally like a 20% success rate, so wish me luck. Okay, so
You gotta close this dialog first.
yeah,
Distribute app default button. Apple menu 10 items.
Okay.
Xcode view find editor product debug integrate menu window
You're
menu
already
20
in the
items.
organizer.
Closing dialog distribute app default.
wait. I had to go to window though.
Well, you can, but you're already in the organizer tab or in the organizer place. But
Closing
go
menu
ahead.
distribute
Yeah.
app default button.
Okay. Let's see.
Organizer
So,
is in the
Distribute app
window
default
menu,
button.
yep.
but when you go to organizer, you can see your archives. You can go to crashes. You can see disk writes. You can look at energy usage of your app, feedback, if it hangs or how many launches. Okay, so let's go and find feedback.
Distribute app out of vertical 3 archives. Filter. Search table. Row vertical splitter. Table. Row 2 of 19. Archives, comma. App and table reports expanded. 6 archives products expanded. 1 products expand arc reports crashes, comma. Sound effects image.
Nope. We're looking for feedback.
Disk writes level 1. Energy, comma. Flash image. Feedback, comp. Zoom. Mute my audio button.
Nope.
Group.
And I even did the fix that you suggested. Like I said, I only had
Construction.
like a
Application.
20%
Problem report for
success
Xcode.
rate.
System dialog. Problem report for
So
Xcode.
we
Xcode quit
cannot
unexpectedly.
demonstrate
Click
this.
reopen to open the
Because it is a very bad bug in Xcode, unfortunately. The only way to fix it is to delete the entire Xcode folder in the library folder under developer. And that only lasts for a certain amount of time and it dies again. So we will not be able to really show that one off. So that's everything that I have planned for you all today. And it's 8:42, so we got pretty close to time. So let's go ahead and stop
Finder.
sharing,
Zoom.
Taylor,
Us.
and
Zoom.
take
Us.
questions.
All right, Michael. Well, so far, I don't see any chats and there are no. Oh, Raymond's got his hand up. Never mind.
Quick, just so obviously, since you have that bug where she went to try to review the feedback, I'm assuming that's where feedback from people from your app would come in, I'm guessing. Like,
Correct.
if you
Test
so
flight
so how would she be able to look at that feedback if the Xcode is crashing?
You'd have to go to appstoreconnect.apple.com.
Oh,
And-
that makes sense.
And the feedback on the website's actually not the most accessible. So it's kind of a weird grid and it's not the best for screen readers. So it can be fun. It can be kind of fun sometimes.
Got you. Thank you.
And that issue has been reported to Apple. So we will wait for a response on that. Any other questions? And folks,
We've got a chat
okay.
and we don't have any other raised hands. So our chat is from Finton and it's asking about, is the bug related to just voiceover or something else?
Something else because I'm not using VoiceOver and it happens to me too. So it's not an accessibility issue. It's just somebody didn't test this issue. And folks, I want to let everybody know we will be covering more content with Xcode, but the next 15 minutes is your last opportunity to really ask Xcode specific related questions in class. We can do things in office hours, but I want to make sure everybody has a chance to ask questions about Xcode.
No hands are raised,
We
Michael.
got one.
Oh, yep. Yes, we do. I'm sorry. Sorry
You're fine.
about that, Fenton. Go ahead.
So you were demonstrating uploading and archiving. Is this something you encourage us to give it a try with our simple code at this point, or we should wait until we get a little more experience before we even try something like that?
I would wait till you have a little more experience. We just wanted to show the final process for submitting your app for new builds to the App Store.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And then I can go into test flight and I can
Mhm.
add people.
But for the most part, what you'll be doing is just copying your files and your projects and your playgrounds and uploading them to Google Classroom is how we will be handling that.
All right. I'm looking through here, scrolling through. I'm not really seeing any other hands, and
right.
I'm not seeing any chats.
Well, folks, this is going to cover it for Xcode. We are now moving into my favorite part of the class, where we're going to be talking all things code. This is what you've been waiting for the class. We're going to be writing code, and Taylor will be showing it on screen, or one of us will be typing. I will tell you, we probably won't be doing much voiceover. But again, I will be reading out any code that I'm typing or having Taylor type that's visible on the screen, because again, we have some people that are sighted, some that are blind, and we're just writing code. If there's an instance where we need to show something with voiceover, we will do that. But I will be reading out all of the code we're writing, including punctuation, and I'll be talking about line numbers and all of those things. Now, if you do need something done with voiceover, that's why we have office hours. That's why we have the code that we'll be covering in class on Classroom. Yes, you did hear me right. Any code we cover in class will be put on Google Classroom, typically before the lecture starts. So keep those things in mind. You could follow along and all of those things. So we will be starting actually writing Swift code next week, and I'm really, 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 really excited about it. Okay, so get excited about that, and we will be back with you all next week for week number 4. So we got a hand. Raymond.
Really quick, just to confirm, I know you guys said that you don't mind if people raise questions in the classroom. Is that where you do create new topic, or I think that's where it is to start a conversation, so to speak. Oh, I just want to make sure, because
It's just like
that's helpful. Yeah, create an announcement or whatever. I just want to make sure if I did want to, that's where I would go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And feel free to.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you.
And we have another hand, Mark,
Yep.
iPhone.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar a whole lot with Google Classroom. Is there a document that would tell me how to use it, hints and tips and
Have you read Taylor's document that she put in the class materials on using Classroom?
I found it once, but I've never been able to find it again, so I don't know what I did to I'll
Okay,
have to try to go find it again.
it's under classwork, I
And
believe.
orientation is the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right, I will try to find it.
Okay. All right. Any last minute questions before we wrap up?
All right. Unless Mark has any other questions, I am not finding any other hands.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all all back next week. This has been fantastic, and I'm going to go ahead and close the room. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.